Hi everyone. Thanks so much for watching our presentation asking, is your website Google friendly? My name is Steve Collins. I'm a professional services director here at LANSA. Over the years, I've held roles of developer, architect, designer, project and quality manager across a wide variety of industries and using a spectrum of technologies. I've also participated in marketing strategy and creative. That's one of the cool things about consulting. There's no shortage of variety. Okay, being Google friendly. This definitely seems to be a hot topic, and that makes sense. After all, Google is how many of our prospective clients and partners will first learn about our companies. In this webinar, we'll review some trends in SEO, website design, and how Google is influencing these trends. Let's get started. We all want our website to appear first when someone Googles products and services in our markets. If I sell scuba gear in Bahamas or snowshoes in Alaska, and someone Googles related words, I want them to find me. As an example, in my spare time, I'm part of a group of volunteers that created a nonprofit corporation to assist persons with dementia. We partnered with the Alzheimer's Society and some other organizations and built a mobile app to keep persons with dementia connected with their memories through uploaded photographs, music, voice recordings, and video. A clinical trial was successful. Feedback's been great. Things are looking really promising. But can people find the app? Cool. It looks like they can. We come up first in Google. Now they can learn about our Souvient app for persons with Alzheimer's and decide if it's right for the person in their care. If it is, we just started a new relationship with our target audience. Awesome. As you likely know, web crawlers or spiders have been around a long time. They pore through the limitless number of internet sites and build an index that search engines use. Google, Bing, Yahoo, they all do very similar things. Because Google is by far the most important search engine, we're focusing our energy here. Google calls their web crawler Googlebot, and even has a friendly little character to go along with it. Web crawlers and search engines have intentionally remained somewhat mysterious. After all, if they published their algorithms, the techies among us would quickly find loopholes and jump our content to the top of the search results. However, Google is publishing statements to give us insight into how websites are discovered, crawled, and ranked. Today, every organization has a job to ensure that they tune in and adapt to what Google is saying. Some folks call that search engine optimization, or SEO. I think of it as being Google friendly. When considering Google's search result rankings, here are the factors we can control. We'll go through each one. Marketing folks will remind you over and over that content is king. Google's statements on SEO emphasize this as well. If Googlebot had a one-sentence mission statement, it would be to find great content for each possible permutation of keywords in each locality, in each language, and hoist it to the top of the search results. So above everything else you do, focus on creating unique and valuable content that your customers will want to consume. They'll then spread the good news to others in person, by phone, text, social media, etc. There are some do's and don'ts with respect to content, as you can see here. Most of it is common sense. Modern business culture often guides us to give away the goods, valuable content in this case, in the hopes of building credibility and a lasting relationship with prospects and customers. Here's an example. I search for chessboards, and after a couple of pay advertised search results, up comes chesshouse.com. Everyone at Chess House should be super pleased with that. But what's fun for me to consider and analyze is why they're at the top of the natural search results. One reason is their content. Their website has lots of content that their target audience would want to know. Chess rules, strategies, openings, and shown here, tips on how to choose a chessboard. All Chess House really wants to do is sell chessboards, but they understand that content like this is what their prospective customers will be looking for, and that providing fresh and useful content like this will keep them looking credible and will get them referred. And of course, this all aligns with Googlebot's mission. Next up, URLs. This is a more technical topic, and I won't go into a lot of detail in this webinar, but here are some do's and don'ts. Googlebot tries to make sense of URLs and link them to the appropriate search keywords that someone might type in a Google search. So using real words in English or whatever the content language is, that's helpful. This can be a challenge when managing thousands of pages with a content management system, but it's a factor nonetheless, so we do our best. Google tells us that it's okay to use or drop the www from your page links, but aim to be consistent. That way it's easier for Googlebot to navigate your links. Google thinks global. If you've got the domain names chesshouse.com and chesshouse.ca and .de and .fr for the various countries and languages, by all means, use them. However, you can then use a 301 redirect to allow you to consolidate the management of your content on a single CMS or website. Google frowns on session parameters as they cause URLs to get really cryptic. There are many situations where session parameters are sensible. Just be aware that Googlebot would rather you take advantage of cookies and keep your URLs more readable. Again, it's all about making it easy for Googlebot to navigate your website without errors. Google also suggests that you have a friendly landing page for errors like 404 page not found. I don't think Google adjusts your website ranking based on this. Regardless, you should monitor the 404 errors in your website access logs, looking for patterns. If you see the same URL over and over, you probably have a broken link on your website, or another website is trying to link to you, but the link is broken. In the context of chesshouse.com, what if Magnus Carlsen, he's the current world chess champion. I googled it, he came up first. Well, what if he was tweeting out a broken link to his favorite chessboard, a board on chesshouse.com? You would want to know about the broken link and see if you could get it resolved one way or another right away. Meta tags. This is an area that's always a topic of debate. But first, notice how our Alzheimer's app appears in Google search results. Free Alzheimer's tablet app. That's the title. Introducing Souvien, a free tablet app for persons with dementia. Their family uploads content, etc. That's the description. Google doesn't guarantee that it will use your title and description meta tags, but it's a good bet that it will in most cases. So make them simple and interesting to your target audience. Googlebot gets mixed messages if your title or description doesn't match the page content, so it can't hoist it to the top of the search results with confidence. Okay, structure. Remember that your web pages are among trillions on the internet. Googlebot tries to crawl through your website structure. If it can't do that efficiently and confidently, it'll give up and move on to another website. Google suggests folder structures that are hierarchical, like chess/chessboards/wooden chessboards, and so on. Images should be in a common folder structure, same for documents, audio, video, etc. Google also recommends that you create a sitemap. I personally find this concept to be a little funny. Some of us remember websites from 20 years ago. They always had a sitemap to index their pages. But today, we navigate a website by clicking, tapping, swiping, etc. I don't see myself going to a sitemap. But remember, it's all about making Googlebot's life easier. There are two types of sitemaps. The one on the left is a typical HTML sitemap that your visitors can see. The one on the right is an XML sitemap that can be generated from your website using various tools. My recommendation would be to maintain both types of sitemaps, but perhaps more importantly, use Google's Webmaster Tools to register the sitemap so Googlebot can be sure to use it. Okay, website promotion. Well, if content is king, then maybe promotion is prince? No, I don't see that phrase catching on either, but you get the point. Once you have useful content, promoting your website is very important. Google will rank your website higher if other reputable websites link to it. Notice I said reputable websites. There was a tactic in days gone by where one would try to trick search engines by building a bunch of websites on various domain names and have them all linked to your real website. That way it looks like everyone and their sister is linking to your website. But of course, search engines got smarter and ignore this practice today. Meanwhile, there are plenty of legitimate promotion strategies. Participate in industry communities with blog posts, articles, white papers, YouTube videos, anything that might directly or indirectly guide people and Googlebot back to your website. Email campaigns are still important. I bet some of you learned of this webinar through an email from us or forwarded from a colleague. TV, radio, business cards, conferences, and other events like webinars, they're all good options. Basically, you want to be where your target audience will be looking. If all of this is not enough to get you noticed, perhaps it's time to bribe Google to improve your visibility. Google calls such bribery AdWords, and yes, it's all very legitimate. Basically, you choose the keywords you want your ad to be associated with. When people Google those keywords, your ad will appear as frequently as you can afford. AdWords can work well, or be a waste of money. Here are some quick pointers. Build your campaigns such that they align with ad groups. If someone is searching for chess strategies, you don't really want to take them to a page on wooden chessboards. If you want to promote your snowshoes in Alaska, but not in the Bahamas, configure the appropriate locations in your AdWords campaign. If you sell a lot of chessboards, but nothing made of metal or ivory, consider excluding the words ivory and metal from your AdWords campaign. Once you've got it all set up the way you like, monitor things. Google's Webmaster Tools and AdWord Management Tools can show you the real-time impressions, clicks, cost per click, etc. Beyond the statistics, you might also find that people are somehow hitting your site when looking for cheese boards instead of chessboards, costing you money. Take the hint. Exclude the word cheese in your AdWord campaign. By the way, here's an example showing the power of content and promotion. It looks like Chess for Life created a YouTube video about the Sicilian Dragon opening. No, I don't know that one. And Chess House shared the video. Cool. Now visitors to either website will link back to the other, increasing the kind of traffic that they each want. Okay, speed. Google wants its visitors to have a great experience, and speed is a big factor. It's pretty simple. If your page loads very slowly, Google doesn't want to associate itself with you and will lower you down the search results. There are free tools available to analyze your website speed: Pingdom, GTmetrix, Web Page Test, and others. If you enter the URL of a web page, they'll break down the loading of that page: DNS, connection, encryption, loading of HTML, JavaScript, images, etc. They'll also show you a timeline of the page loading, kind of like a Project Gantt chart. They'll rate your site speed from various angles and make recommendations for improving speed. You can even watch a recorded video of your website being tested. If you subscribe to their services, all of this can be monitored automatically over time. You can even be alerted to sudden changes in speed. Google also provides resources they call Page Speed Insights. I think that tools like Pingdom do a better job of analyzing your website's speed, but Google teaches you how to make improvements such that Google is satisfied that you have a fast website. Remember, regardless of how fast your website is, Google needs to be happy with its performance so that you're not deranked. Make sure someone at your organization is familiar with Google's Webmaster Tools. It's a great source of information on how Google sees your website. Gone are the days when you could use repeated keywords, white-on-white font, small fonts, hidden divs, etc. to trick Google to hoist your website to the top. My advice is to work with Google. Don't try to get too tricky. You may or may not have heard that Google has changed their search engine ranking algorithm a few months ago. It defines what is a mobile-friendly website, and it now treats your website differently based on whether or not it's mobile-friendly. As you can see in this example, the LANSA.com website is deemed mobile-friendly, which is good. I'm not so sure that the mobile-friendly tag on the search results does anything for us. What matters is that our website will rank higher on Google searches from mobile devices. Note that Google doesn't currently derank mobile unfriendly websites when served from desktops or laptops, but perhaps even that day will come. Google provides a tool to judge how mobile friendly your website is. Actually, it doesn't really judge the whole site, it judges one page at a time. You just enter the URL of a web page and it shows you how mobile friendly it is. Okay, cool, our website is mobile friendly. Here's another example. This time it's the website of one of our customers, Rotary Corporation. Rotary is the world's largest supplier of aftermarket outdoor power equipment parts. We recently collaborated with Rotary to implement a new e-commerce website. Of course, it's also mobile friendly. As you can see here, Rotary's new site responds to the resolution of the device browsing it. On the right side, you can see that the content is stacked. There's a fixed menu at the bottom, etc. It's a very nice design. Remember chesshouse.com? Their website looks modern enough. But if you resize your browser window, you can already see that there are issues. See the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom? That's a sure sign that the website is going to have issues on a mobile device. And sure enough, Google judges that it's not mobile friendly and gives some helpful reasons why. There are basically two ways to build a mobile friendly website. You can build a mobile only website to be used for that purpose, or you can use responsive design. A mobile website like m.example.com is typically a copy of your regular website but designed for a smaller screen. Now you have two websites to maintain. Whereas responsive design allows a single website to provide a great user experience on the desktop and mobile devices. When a mobile website is browsed, the browser just serves the website as is. But with responsive design, each device interprets the same content in different ways, depending on both screen resolution and screen orientation. If you take the mobile site approach, should your business card and email footer give out the main site, or your mobile site, or both? Of course, with responsive design, you only have one website to share. Similarly, responsive design simplifies marketing campaigns, tracking, and monitoring. The bottom line is, if you have the choice, responsive is definitely the way to go. Okay, content management systems. WordPress, Drupal, and Joomla are probably the three most popular CMSs. They each have their fans and detractors, but they're all good. In addition to helping you centralize and manage content, they also provide thousands of themes, plugins, and widgets, many of which are free, that can give you a huge head start in building your website. Most of these themes have a responsive design, so they work great on all devices to ensure Google will see your site as mobile friendly. Because these CMSs are so popular, they tend to have good support forums, if you're inclined to set out using them on your own. Another good thing is that Googlebot sees so many WordPress sites, for example, that it doesn't have to battle to navigate them. Keeping things familiar for Googlebot is a good thing, as you've seen. We can help our clients select a CMS, a theme, a couple widgets, and build a responsive website. Allocating a graphic artist, we can also handle branding, which can include creating a new corporate logo, color palette, taglines, and a branding guide that brings it all together. Rebranding is a big decision, but when done properly, it can radically change how your customers see you. Here is an example of rebranding. On the top is the original corporate logo. It was okay, but it didn't work well in a single color. And more importantly, it didn't convey the brand personality, which in this case is a charitable organization focusing on children, families, and building community in developing countries. Below are two rebranding options that one of our graphic artists created. I think they look more modern and certainly suit the client's mission a lot better. Putting aside branding, here's an example of a responsive website concept we recently built for a client of ours. It's one website, but provides a nice user experience that's optimized for each device. In this case, it's more than a website. It has robust e-commerce functionality with real-time integration to their enterprise system. As we claim on this slide, we can usually accomplish the preliminary concept in 2 days, pulling in creative and technical resources from our local offices and from our office in the Philippines. As a final thought, here are the steps I generally suggest you take to move forward. Step 1. Test to see if your website is mobile friendly. Step 2. Use Google Webmaster Tools to learn about your site. Step 3. Plan a project to migrate your content to the right choice of CMS, responsive templates, themes, widgets, etc. We'd love to help you in your journey and offer the following challenge to break through any inertia. If you point us to your website and commit to providing an attentive audience for 30 minutes, we'll analyze your current website and tell you if it's Google friendly. We'll also build you a responsive website prototype and present it to you along with suggested next steps. And until August 1st, we'll do this for free. Showing off a modern website prototype should spark enthusiasm in your company and might even make you a bit of a hero. If you're interested in taking up the challenge, or if you just have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.